like I told our guys in the locker room, we got our butt kicked. And we have to look up and look in the mirror and say, we got our butt kicked tonight. They came in here and they played better than us. Give all the credit to them, their coaching staff, their players. We didn't do what we set out to do and what we believed we were going to do based on our preparation. The last 2 days of prep have been really good prep, and actually we thought we had our best shoot-around of the year today. The coaching staff, players, and it just didn't happen. And I have some reasons in my head that I believe in terms of what was going on between the lines, but I give UNC Wilmington, Coach Siddle, their players, all the credit, and we deserve none because we didn't do what we had to do to have a chance to win this game. We were fortunate to cut it to a 2-possession game in the second half. We made some adjustments with our defense, and it got us there, but you dig yourself a hole like that. And that's a good ball club, that's a good, really good team, and they responded.
Coach RJ, obviously not his night. Just what did they do to give him trouble?
You know what? Obviously, watching the tape, Stephen, I'll be able to see more. But they, when he got in the post, they crowded him. They crowded him in the post, which other teams have done. I think any team we play will give RJ Felton more attention, as they should, just like we would with newbie, just like we would with players that are leading scorers on their team or really dynamic players. I think RJ would say he had some plays where, for whatever reason, he didn't hang on to the ball tonight. He had a hard time hanging on to the basketball. And again, I can't give you a specific. It's not like they ran a box and one. It wasn't like they trapped him every time. They weren't sending 2 at him. It's just they played hard. They did a good job. RJ didn't have the best night, and that combination, those 2 things going together. And again, the biggest thing, it's not the 1 for 12. It's not the shooting. It's the turnovers. And RJ would say that right away. It's the turnovers that when something wasn't clicking. It just was off. But that was us as a ball club. It's not just RJ. Us as a whole team, we didn't take care of the ball. We've been very solid taking care of the ball. And for whatever reason, and they happened unforced in the paint, in transition aggressive plays or plays in the paint. And that's what, is obviously frustrating.
Coach, not just him, but kind of the whole team, we both have had problems sometimes holding onto the ball. What do you attribute that to specifically as far as where it went wrong?
I wish I knew the answer. I really do. I wish I knew, hey, this is why it happened. Again, I'm going to give them credit. They're an active defensive team. They're a good defensive team. They always have been. But those turnovers, they were not out of traps. Again, they were not out of traps. They were not live ball leading the layups the other way for them. These are plays, we executed our offense. We got the ball where we wanted it to get it in the paint. And for whatever reason, we did not able to capitalize, or we didn't complete passes. I think of the 2 last 5-6 minutes of the game on the left side of the floor. For whatever reason, we just couldn't hang on to the basketball. And, that's just, it's something that I wish I had a better answer for you. But it seemed like it snowballed. And all of a sudden, the turnovers started to happen. And that sucks the life out of you sometimes, turnovers do.
Do you feel like maybe at times guys are trying to do too much in transition? Because, I don't know, it just feels like at times maybe not finishing or taking the easier play maybe? Could be.
I would say this, that he just came off a game having 23 assists on 33 field goals with 9 turnovers. Our transition game was as good as it had been. So some of those plays, attacking, do you got to play off 2 feet? Do you got to do things like that we had been doing and we didn't do it tonight? Potentially, yes. But I also think we had some that are clear plays that we have been making and we just didn't make them tonight. So I think what happens, Stephen, is when you get down like we did, you're fighting back, you're chipping away to get back in the game, you're looking for energy, you're looking for emotion. I thank this crowd for being in there tonight and bringing it. We didn't bring it. We didn't bring enough to get the crowd going where they could help us. But that's on us. That's on us. But what happens is in those moments, and I do think of a few plays, we got a turnover, we came down, and we take a quick 3. Or we make a turnover, and we try and go force a play like you said. But it's all out of passion and energy and trying to get it back. And sometimes you try and get everything back in one play. You try and get that back in one play because we think at one point we got 4 or 5 straight stops. We scored. We were kind of chipping our way back in, and then we have a costly turnover, and they hit the 3 in the right corner versus the zone. That was that play, kind of took the air out of us a little bit. At that moment, I should say.
How are McGriff and OBO kind of able to slow the game down?
Well, their size is legit. I mean, their size is legit, and they threw the ball inside, and we went with Sear, we went with Cal, we went with Reed. I mean, it's not a secret that C.J. Walker is not a 5 on defense. Okay, that's it. One of our strengths has been his ability on offense and our switching defense and our speed and our trapping. But those are big guys. I mean, those are 2 legitimate post players. So we had to make the adjustment. They went up 12 or so. We went to the zone, cut the lead to 5. But McGriff and Obioho are really good players. They are very good basketball players. We knew that going into the game. We had some success with our traps. We had some success fronting. But when they got that ball in there and it was one-on-one, whether it was versus CJ, Cal, or a guard that ended up on the switch, I give them credit. They finished them. We didn't finish in the paint tonight. They did. You give them the credit for that. And we don't deserve the credit because we didn't do what we have to do to have a chance to win. Not to win, to have a chance to win.
Cam, I think, left with 15, 16 minutes. Y'all go with Samara. Was that just a game feel type of deal?
Energy, yeah, energy. I thought Julian was bringing energy tonight. Again, I can't call why we weren't moving the ball on offense like we have been doing or why we weren't playing at the pace. I know we were prepared for the game today. I know the guys were physically and mentally prepared. I can't call why we weren't moving the ball like we were. And when that happens, you make adjustments on the lineup. You go and you try and find a group of guys that their movement, their energy, their pace, you find that. You know, Jan rolled his ankle in the first half. That affected. Trevi rolled his ankle in the second half. This is part of it. This is part of it. But I thought Julian did a good job coming in and bringing a lot of energy. And, I thought it showed. The score, we flipped the score a little bit and we got it back to a 2-3 possession game. It just, we dug ourselves too big a hole, and that's because of how well UNC Wilmington played, and we did not play well.
Sear, Cal, and Reed, I know you're going to need these guys when you face some bigger lineups. I guess what'd you like out of it?
I thought Sear came in and gave us good minutes in the first half. I really thought he did. And then you see, man, 6-7 minutes left to go in the game. We went with Cal. I mean, Cal hasn't played, but said, you know what? Those bigs are out physicaling our bigs. And it's nothing I'm saying here that I didn't tell the guys in there. I said, we look in the mirror and we know we got out physical tonight. We got out physical by their front court. And I said, there's no other way to put it. So guys like Reed, Cal, Sear, CJ, they know they're going to look in the mirror and say, man, we got to be more physical come Saturday, and we got to be more physical the rest of the season. But we got out physical today. And I give Wilmington credit again, and we didn't do the job. But I thought those big guys, meaning Sear and Cal, really tried to bring it.
Do you guys kind of turn the page now, get ready to play an SEC team on the road?
Well, we come in tomorrow. We watch film. We're in finals right now. This is a unique time. The guys have finals tomorrow. We come in. We watch film. We will break this game down to a T tonight, tomorrow morning as a team. And we will do everything we can to continue to get better. I said this often to you guys in here, whether we play well or we don't play well, we win or we don't win. We're going to find a way to improve off wins and off losses. We're going to learn. Just because you win doesn't make everything right. And just because you lose doesn't make everything wrong. But I know this, win or lose, there's always ways you can get better. You can improve. There's areas to improve. Even when we played our best the other night versus A&T, we saw a lot of areas we had to be better. And so we will go down and we will break those things down meticulously as a staff. And we will have an honest conversation as we watch film with our guys. We'll get better. We'll get back on the court on Thursday and Friday, and we'll drive to Columbia.
Just that physicality you talked about, how do you address that in practice without, beating the guys up too much?
You know what? I don't think we've been out physical this year yet. So it's what we do. It's how we practice. It's not about beating them up. We're going to practice how we practice. I like what we do in practice. We physically bang. We compete. Again, I would say we haven't been out physical this year. And so now we're 9 games into the season. We haven't been out physical yet. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen again. I mean, that's basketball. We're going to have the ebbs and flows of the game. But we got out physical tonight. I know that. And so we'll address that the same way we do even when we are the more physical team. We practice the way we practice. And in terms of understanding how important it is for us to do it. We're not a team. We don't have a 7-foot, 280 guy to play. So we're not a team that can rely on one player being physical. As you guys know, R.J. Felton, Jordan Riley, those are two of our most physical players. And so their physicality, what we get from our wings, is really important. So it is not a one-man physical show for us. It has to be from the point, from the 2, from the 3, from the 4, from the 5. And I don't think we out-physicaled them tonight at any of those positions. It wasn't just at the 5. I thought they were very good, they're 5s. But we have to be a physical team at all positions. And over the course of 40 minutes, we didn't do that like we normally do. And we'll respond and we'll get better and we'll fix it.